everyone, this is Maria and I'm back in the kitchen today. And so while my husband Joey is outside doing some yard work, I thought I would make some lunch. Today we're going to have tostadas. I consider tostadas a comfort food, and I'm really into comfort food right now, you guys. And so my mother had a large brood to feed, and so she was always cooking a big pot of beans every week. They would last all week long, I think, because we had beans, I think, every single day. But one of the things she would make for us was tostadas. To make our tostadas, you're going to need some yellow or white corn tortillas. You can also use the pre-made tostada shells that you purchase at the grocery store. You're also going to need some beans. I'm going to be using these organic pinto beans made with sea salt from Trader Joe's Market. And so, but you can use any kind of beans. You could use the canned pinto beans, you can use black beans, you could use refried beans, and you could use homemade beans. It's just up to you. You're also going to need some cooking oil to fry the tortillas, and then we need some fresh vegetables to put on top of our tostadas. And so I'm going to use lettuce, tomato, and an avocado. I got these avocados at Target the other day, and there was no price on them. There were 4 in a package, and honestly, at that point, I really didn't care how much they cost because I just was craving avocados, you guys. Does that ever happen to you? And so anyways, we have our avocado, and they're ripening fast, you guys. And then we're going to use some cheddar cheese. And you could use any kind of cheese. This is the one I like. It's cheddar and Monterey Jack cheese. And I like it because it's shredded very thin. Okay, you guys, so I did it again. I forgot to turn the camera back on, but you can see I've shredded the lettuce. And so I've put it in the bowl. And so there it is. And so this is going to be our lettuce, and I'll put the tomato in there, and the rest of this I'm going to put in a Ziploc bag. So this is just a reminder here for us to wash our hands constantly as we work in the kitchen. Okay, so let's go ahead and dice up that tomato. So we have our tomato, and I'm just gonna cut off the end, slice off the end, and then you could either, my mother used to do it this way, but you can always just slice going down that way and then cut it up if you feel better doing it that way. And watch your fingers. My mother was so fast when she used to do this. And then I turn it sideways. She used to do it in her hand, I remember, but not me, you guys. I turn it sideways. My mom was constantly in the kitchen. She was a homemaker and a very good one. And so she was always cooking our food. We hardly ever ate out, you guys, not until we were older. So there's our tomato, and we're just going to put it in this bowl. Isn't that pretty, you guys? I love tomatoes. And then I'm gonna slice up this avocado. You can make guacamole out of it too. Sometimes I do that. And so, but today I think I'm just gonna slice it up, just like that. And I'll just put this on the side of our dishes. And so let me go ahead and take the pit out. I have this spoon. There we go. This is perfect, you guys. I love avocados. And again, be very careful with the knife. There we go. Looks so pretty. Before we turn the stove on, let's just move this right over here. I have our tortillas here. I have this on a paper plate, you guys. But we're going to take this fork, this turning fork, and I have 6 corn tortillas here. And so let's go ahead. We're going to poke some holes all the way down, you guys. I think I just went through the paper plate. And so you just want to poke holes in your tortillas, okay? You want to be careful. You don't want to poke holes in your hand. And so it's just that I'm going through the paper plate right now because I'm not on the counter. But we just want to poke the holes in there, okay? So the reason we do that is so the tortilla does not balloon up or bubble up so much as we're cooking them. So now I have a dish with some paper towels to drain the tortillas after I fry them. And I've already poured the cooking oil into the frying pan, and we're going to turn on the burner. And so it's gonna be about, just like that, I think that's about medium, maybe a little bit more than medium, because I wanna heat up that oil. Slide that over, and we'll give it just a couple of minutes to heat up. So it's been heating up for about a minute, maybe just a little bit more than a minute. And so you'll decide if you need to lower it at any time. And so let's go ahead and just put the first tostada in. So the oil will get hotter as we go along. See how they bubble up a little bit? And so by poking holes into the tortilla, that helps it a little. And then you could turn it over. And so I just keep patting them down so those air bubbles will come out. So this is really nice how the oil is bubbling up. And let's go ahead and flip it over. You can also tear up some of the tortillas and make your own tortilla chips, and you can make like a taco salad. Or nachos. You can make nachos. Here we go. Flip that over again. And this is pretty much it, you guys. And so what I'm going to do, this one is still cooking a little bit. I want it a little bit crispier. I don't want to burn them. I've done that before, you guys. Tapping that a little bit. That looks nice and toasty. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this first one out. Going to see how I'm holding it up with the fork along the side of the pan, letting that oil drain. And I'm going to set it right over here to drain on the paper towels, sort of in an upright position. So I like to keep corn tortillas in my fridge all the time because you can make anything from tostadas, tacos, quesadillas, you can make nachos, making your own chips. And so there are different things that you can make, you guys. In fact, I'll go ahead and link some recipes that I have on my channel. The one I really love, it's a real comfort food, is tortilla con queso, which is pretty much tortillas with cheese, melted cheese and tomato sauce. Delicious, you guys. I also have a recipe to make a dessert with flour tortillas and putting sugar and cinnamon on them. So yummy. So I'll be sure to link all of those videos in the discussion box and also at the end of this video. So you can see the oil is getting hotter because they're getting crispier sooner. And so I'm going to lay this one on the other side. And then pretty soon I can move that one over. There we go. This is so nice. Love this, the way it bobs around in the oil. I'm standing back, you guys, because I don't want the oil to spit at me. That has happened before too. And this is the last one. You can see the oil is getting hotter because the tortilla is getting browner. And so that's the last one. I want to show you that sometimes you'll get tortillas in the package that are all broken apart like this, but we can still use them. Let's go ahead and make some chips. I'm lowering the flame now because you can see how hot it is. And so I'm just going to tear these up. And if you have salsa, or you could just put a little bit of salt on them, they taste really yummy, you guys. Because you know, you may not always have chips in the house and you may be craving some chips. There we go. So I grabbed my spatula for these, you guys. Be easier to do all of these with a spatula, turning them over. Just going to do this. Be careful, make sure you stand back. Also be sure you're wearing an apron because you don't want the oil to spit on your clothes. Okay? And then you'll have to try to get that out of your clothes when you do the laundry. Okay, so I'm going to remove them from the pan, from the hot pan. And I have my paper towels right here. And I'm just going to carefully move these over. Make sure the flame is off on your stove before you do this because you can see I have a paper towel real close. So all we have left is to heat up the beans. But I wanted to show you all of the fixings, you guys. We have our tostada shells, our chips, our avocado, we have tomato, lettuce, and I pulled out the La Victoria green taco salsa because you have to have salsa. I have a little bit of salt here on the palm of my hand. I'm just going to sprinkle just a little bit, and so that's up to your liking. So we're back at the stove, and what I'm going to do with my pan is I'm going to spray a little bit of this canola oil. This is just something I do, and so let's go ahead. You don't have to do that, you guys, and so this is just my thing. I just feel better doing that, just a little bit. And then let's go ahead and turn the flame up about just like that. And I'm going to heat this up for just about a minute, not even a minute, you guys, before I pour the beans in. So that looks like it's warmed up, and I'm going to take my pinto beans and I'm going to pour that in just like that. So we're letting the beans heat up, and once they are fully heated, I'm going to take this potato masher and I'm going to mash up these pinto beans just a little bit, and that's going to make it easier to spread on our tostada shells. So these are nice and heated, and so what we're going to do now, you could let them cook a little bit longer if you want some of that to evaporate, or you could take a little bit of the water out. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mash them as they're cooking or heating up. And then I'm going to add a little bit of shredded cheese, and that will help thicken them up also. And then we'll also put some cheese on top when we put the veggies on there. See how they're mashing up really nice? And you see when you do that, they're not as watery anymore. They look really delicious. Now I'm going to take just a little bit of this cheddar jack, and I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit in here. Doesn't that look good? Just like that. I think that's enough. And then I'm just going to let that melt right in. Turn off the stove and move the pan over. And yum, you guys, the beans are done for our tostada. Let's go ahead and build a tostada now. So I'm going to take this large spoon and one of our tostada shells, and let's go ahead and spread some of the beans on here. Yum, yum, just like that. You could put as little or as much as you like. And so let's go ahead and put that on this plate, and let's go build our tostada. So the first thing I'm going to put on my tostada is my lettuce, and we would normally use our hands. But today I'm going to take both of these spoons and just go ahead and do that. You might have some tongs that you could use. And then I'm going to put some tomato on top. Yum, you guys. I especially love this tomato. You could even put like sliced olives. That would be really good. And then you guys, we have the cheddar cheese. And I have this spoon right here to help me. And I'm just going to put just a little bit of cheese on top. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I put a lot of cheese on top. I love cheese, you guys. And then I'm going to take a slice of avocado. Yum, you guys. I think I'll have 2 slices of avocado because I love it. And I think I'm going to have a few chips to put on the side. This is regular taco sauce. It's La Victoria. It's the one that I like. It's mild, but they come in, I think, medium and hot. There's a little thermometer there. And so let's just go ahead and open that. And I'm going to squeeze. Today is such a beautiful day in Southern California. So Joey and I are going to have our lunch on the patio. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. And stay well and stay safe and keep positive. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.